Morning, Chevra. You have to excuse me, my voice a little bit under the weather. I'm kind of in my pajamas, just finished davening, but there's a story we tell every year this time, and I think it's worthwhile to tell again. The way I heard it from Rabbi Weinberger in high school was that it was the Berditchever, but the Svarim also mentioned Afterov said the same Inyan. The Hosiana Rebbe brings down from Afterov this. Anyway, the Maisa goes that Berditchever Rav Schusi Galeno Heiliger Levitz and so Soshem Berditchev Schusi Galeno. The Chassidim saw him was after davening, and he had a little chaim. And it's a Bernard Shalom a good bench and it was January 1st. And the Misparim, which could be 2 weeks later, probably in Ukraine. Mimanov Shach doesn't matter. So Chassidim said, "What's happens? Good bench a good happy New Year." So Bernard Shalom is drinking l'chaim. What is this? He said, "No, you don't get. This is still back from a few months ago. We're just finally making it now. What's heist?" So the way, and excuse me, I'm not as eloquent as Rabbi Weinberger. He tells the story much better, but I'm telling this story. It should be skula taka because we need it right now. So anyway, so the story goes, that Berditchever he would see things, right? And he saw Rosh Hashanah wasn't going to be a good year for the Jews. So he said, "B'nai Shalom, look at how we're davening, blowing shofar. No. So they have a day off, 2 days off from work. What's the big deal?" The whole Assersi made tshuva go by, and they and he says, "Look, everyone's doing tshuva and they're forgiving each other." B'nai Shalom says, "Oh, Levi Yitzchak, in a little while they'll be back to their old ways. In Yom Kippur, look, everyone's fasting and doing tshuva, everything. They have so much to eat already in Berditchev in Ukraine in the old days, What's it to miss a day for eating? Sukkahs, look, they're going on the Sukkah and everything." Baruch Shalom said, "Well, their houses are so nice. Nowadays the Sukkahs are nice like the houses, but the Mol's Gevein, the houses already, the roof was leaking. So what's the big deal to go out in the Sukkah? Shana Rabbah, Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah. Who doesn't like to drink a little bit, dance a little bit?" He didn't know what to do. Came Chanukah showing a few months later. Look, Rebbeinu Shalom, it's at Lech, so Zay Gross Zach. Rebbeinu Shalom knew everything. What is it to light a few candles? Nobody. So then it came January 1st, L'Misparim, which even if it's 2 weeks later, it's also January 1st in the Julian calendar. Anyway, it came January 1st. And before davening, Levi Yitzchak Berditchever Schusi Galeno, Levi Yitzchak and Sor Sashim Berditchev Schusi Galeno, the great defense attorney of the Jewish people, who Eli Wiesel called his hero. The Berditchever went out and he walked through the streets of Berditchev outside of the Jewish neighborhood. And he looked around and he said, "Look at this. People wallowing in their own vomit after being up all night drinking and cavorting and whatever. Broken glass, everyone, people fighting and everything. One guy is out of a stupor trying to reach for a few drops left out of the bottle. Not like we do. We drink in honor of you, B'nai Shalom." So anyway, so Berditchever said, "B'nai Shalom, I know that our Rosh Hashanah was not perfect, but at least wasn't this Rosh Hashanah." And the Miyad, the Gzar Din was torn up, and we're blessed with a good Geben Shior. And that's what the Hustiana brings from the Aptarov, the same thing, that maybe ours is not so perfect, but at least, when we go out, we Rosh Hashanah night, we're staying up, L'David, Hashem Ord, L'David Mizmor, Hashem Ord Samloya, Tevel Yeshua, Psalm 24, of David, a psalm. The whole earth is the Lord's, the world and all who inhabit it. That's what we do. And then there's everyone else. They're staying up, waiting for a ball to drop, engaging in taivas, all kinds of things. We might not be perfect, but at least we know how to start our year. And that's when it really is boiling. It really stands out. But it's not just for us, because the whole world is blessed through the seed of Abraham. So therefore, those who bless you, those who bless you, I'll bless those who bless you, right? And through you will all the nations of the earth be blessed. With that, it's not only a good year for us, for the Jews, but for the whole world, because we're wishing blessing for the whole world, and we need these blessings. And so we're hoping, especially with this tremendous fear that we have, that if the election could be stolen, what else could they do? They could, if they could get away with that, they could get away with concentration camps, whatever. It's very dangerous. If God forbid, if Biden gets through stealing this thing in such an obvious and open way, it's very, very scary. It could be the end of America, and America is such a wonderful place. And I really believe that it's that the way that it's established is blessed by God. It's different than other countries were in Europe. It's established through almost a prophetic mandate and through the power of when the Chazal say Chochem Odif Minovi, that the sage is stronger than a prophet, whereas the other countries claim the divine right of kings, things like that, through revelation, and you could take it or leave it. The Uriah Kodesh explains that that's the meaning of Chochem Odif Minovi, that just common sense, which is what this country was founded upon, is greater than revealed religion. Doesn't mean we deny revealed religion, but we recognize the basic laws of nature, and nature is God. And that's what this country is all about. And the fact that the powers that be want to rob that from us and turn us into just any other country instead of looking at the greatness of this country, it's very scary. And we could turn into a European country with all the worst things that the European countries ever had of the concentration camps. Especially look that Biden, he's a puppet of the Chinese, and look what the Chinese do to the Muslims and to other religions. It's very scary. That could, God forbid, that could come here if we don't stop this. So that's why it's so important to tell this story and to bring up that advocacy of the great archetype, of the great hero of Levitz and Sor Sashim Berditchev, and of the Abdurov and other tzaddikim. Also, Ali was also a big fan of Abdurov, should note. The point is that we bring up the names of these tzaddikim. The Baruch Shalom has mercy on us and looks upon us with mercy, and He will He'll restore our judges as in the old days, and our advisors as it was at the first, and restore this nation back to God in a way of freedom and common sense and chokhmah, wisdom. That's what President Trump is really pushing. And those who recognize how wonderful he's been doing, not just for the Jews, but not just for America, but for the world. And so that's why ich bin stun jetzt a good gewünscht Jahr. We should have taka a good, blessed year, as it says even in the Tehillim, that God counts according to the numbers of the nations. And so right now we can make this tikkun, and then we're going into now Yemei Shovavim, which are times of tshuva. We can embrace this time to turn around and fix everything, and the whole world could be better, not just us. We're not just in this for us. We're here to make the whole world better. Kingdom of priests, a holy nation, a light unto the nations, to bless all the nations of the earth. We're not looking to change anybody. We're not looking to change anybody's culture. We're only looking to change the basic ethics and morals, which the truth is, most of the world has embraced already. And it's just that there are people from the left that are trying to uproot that. So that's why we should be united with all freedom-loving people and with all religious people who take their religion sincerely to turn this around, because the fact of the matter is, this could be a day that we can embrace for good. So God should bless us. We should taka have a good Kibbutz Yor, Shana Tova Masuka. We should taka have a good year, despite all of the evil and tumah of this day. Like I remember Rabbi Weinberg used to say that January 1st, such a an impure day that you have to spend the whole day in a mikveh. It's Friday, so we'll go to the mikveh, Mirz Hashem. But it doesn't matter. We can. This is the Baruch Shalom is a sheikhin item b'seich tumasam. God indwells with us even amidst our impurity, and so we have to do tshuva and we have to return to God and recognize God and become better people, become more moral, become more ethical, become more loving, become more sincere, become more devout, and do the things. And we as Jews, we have to keep mitzvahs, keep Shabbos and Kashrus and Tarshim Mishpacha, and put on tefillin, and all the things we're supposed to do, and tzitzis and tefillin, all the things, all the 613 mitzvahs. Mirz Hashem will be restored to do all the mitzvahs. Mirz Hashem, because most of the mitzvahs we can't do without the Beis Hamikdash, but we should be worthy to see that restoration with the Skalas Kavod Shemayim b'Meher v'Meir. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. We'll see you later. And Happy New Year.